Good morning. It's almost 9 a.m. and I'm a couple minutes early. That's okay. Because I think it's really important for me to say this before we get started, if anyone is rewatching it from the beginning. I don't know where I stand. Hi, I'm Lily. I am covering this trial live for anyone who wants to watch. I am not a lawyer. You will not hear me talk about me being a lawyer, as I'm not a lawyer. So I am looking at this as very much basically a juror also, but I get to talk. Hence it being called Chatty Juror. So we are going to be starting day 3 in just a couple of minutes here. And I am really excited for day 3 because Tuesday, technically for me yesterday, was kind of wild. The defense was kind of a little bit on the sassy side. We have heard some testimony from police officers and now like fire department EMTs. And so trial stream has just started. As of right now, I'm seeing a lot of incompetence when it comes to the police, especially the first police officers on scene. Just a lot of just incompetence. There was mention of a leaf blower, that a sergeant brought a leaf blower and started blowing around the snow at the scene where John was found in the snow before the crime scene was cleared. That it also wasn't really considered a crime scene because it was never taped off. The 3 women at the scene, Karen, Carrie, and Jennifer, were not even like separated and questioned. There's a lot of information that I am missing. There's a lot of questions that I have. And hopefully today we can get some of those answers. We have a half a day, so we will be going from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Why is court doing this? Why was court not in session yesterday? That's a great question. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out, maybe not. But either way, this is going to be a very long trial. We have full days on Mondays and Wednesdays. We have half days, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we have no court on Fridays. Because we did not have court on Wednesday, we might have court on Friday. We will find out. We will listen to the judge and see what she has to say about that. I feel really bad for the jurors, for the jury here, because I just, I don't like it. I don't think that's going to work for a lot of people for 8 or maybe 9 weeks, the way that we're moving. The prosecution has lots of witnesses that can be called. We are on witness number 6. Not done with it. We are just on witness number 6. I believe they are still in direct. So this is very interesting. I am going to share my screen here. It is a fan. There is no sound as of right now. So yeah. So this is I had a really fun conversation with some of the folks here in Insane Games TV, talking about everything that's happening so far in the trial. And boy, oh boy, is stuff happening in the trial. It feels very much like the defense is really on top of it, and the prosecution is like, but they're cops. They're cops. They're cops and EMTs. Right? So like, why would we not trust them? It's the energy from the prosecution is very lackadaisical to me. Very, very lackadaisical. Let me just do a quick double check that I am going to hear this. Yep. Yeah, the prosecution seems very lackadaisical to me, just very much like, so you showed up and how'd it go? What you see? Nothing? Okay, you didn't see anything. Okay, interesting. All right, no problem. Thanks. And then the defense comes in and just ruins the entire mood. Ruins the whole mood. So as we are getting court situated, Let me just pull up some stuff here. Okay, so as we're getting court situated, they are running a little late. Let me go through notes. Let me go through my notes that we have, and so if anyone hasn't been caught up, they can kind of catch up with this. So the first witness was Paul O'Keefe, which was John, the deceased's brother. The second witness was Erin O'Keefe, which is Paul's wife, which was John's sister-in-law. And Erin was really setting the foundation of the relationship between her, Paul, John, and Karen, the woman on trial. So that was pretty much what Erin's job was. And Erin was able, for the prosecution, and Erin was telling everyone just about how sassy Karen can get. You know, some text messages that weren't really a good vibe. Then we had Officer Stephen Saroff, who was the first officer on scene. The defense was able to kind of really feed to the jury that from the very get-go, the information that was coming from the police about even just about who showed up on time or the time that they showed up was wrong. So if they can't even get the times that they showed up onto the scene where 911 was called because someone was laying unresponsive in the snow, that how are they going to do a good job for the rest of the investigation? That wasn't even right. So I thought the defense did a really good job to the jury, to me. I consider myself part of the jury. So they were able to really lay that foundation and get the information to the jury that they didn't even have the documentation of like when they showed up right. What makes you think that anything else is going to be correct or done well from this police department? It was good. It was good. The second, the next witness was Stephen Mullaney, who was also a Canton patrolman, and he showed up right before like the fire department and EMT showed up. And he was young. He was kind of like a newbie. And he talked to the prosecution about being hands-on with getting John onto the backboard, onto the stretcher, into the ambulance. He was being hands-on, but he also saw absolutely nothing. He saw no injuries. He saw no scrapes, no blood, nothing. He saw absolutely nothing on John or the surrounding area. He didn't look back. He didn't see the pool of blood that the next witness, the EMT, saw. He didn't see any injuries. He didn't see a big egg on the head. He didn't see anything. So absolutely nothing. And that is including the red taillight plastic glass that pieces were continually found at the crime scene, the scene of the crime, allegedly, that belonged to Karen. So I'm not seeing anything in court. Let's see if there's anything happening over here. Nothing happening over here as well. Nothing yet. Okay, so the second officer saw absolutely nothing other than a sergeant showing up with a leaf blower to the crime scene and using a leaf blower on the snow. Ooh, that doesn't make any sense. The use of a leaf blower on a crime scene before it was cleared, before it was even considered a crime scene, even though a fallen officer was found unconscious, unresponsive, in the snow in the yard of another officer's home, but it's not a crime scene. I don't know. The defense is doing a really good job here. Just building on the doubt, just building on the confusion, just building on that. This just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Why is it not making sense? So, to go back to the first officer, I believe, there was something else that I wanted to say. Oh, the wrong address. Okay. 34 Fairview Drive, we are going to hear a lot because that is the address where John was found, unresponsive, unconscious in the snow. And 34 Fairview Drive was, however, not written down on a bunch of different documents. Bunch of different reports from the police department. There was response to 32 Fairview Drive, to 34 Fairview Drive. There just was not a lot of consistency in knowing whose house they were at. For some reason, the language that the defense is able to use during their cross-examination is really telling. And it's real, like they're very talented lawyers. I'm getting like very talented, very good energy. I'm getting very good. I know what to fucking do, right? Like I know what to do from the defense. Of course, like they're good. they're very, very good. They are high profile lawyers and they are necessary for a high profile case. All right, let me just send this off.